Claire Johnson is a certified financial planner, and she's also director of community outreach for the Financial Planning Association of Greater Kansas City. Claire is a 2021 graduate of Kansas State University from their prestigious personal financial planning program. That's why I'm wearing my purple shirt today in honor of that. And she recently participated in our JAG-K Financial Literacy Summit in Topeka in February. Welcome, Claire.
Hi, Chuck. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's certainly my pleasure. We appreciated your participating in the Financial Literacy Summit. We want to talk about the Financial Planning Association, but first, let's hear a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So like you mentioned, my name is Claire Johnson, born and raised in the Kansas City area, went to Olathe South for high school, and then went onward to Kansas State University for college career. Graduated in 2021, and I've been with Ascend Wealth Management in Overland Park ever since. I graduated in 2021, so been there full-time 5 years, and I was also their intern in 2020. So enjoyed the path, and right now I'm an associate advisor on their team.
Great. So at what point in your life did you know, I want to be a certified financial planner?
Yeah, so when I first attended K-State, I started in their accounting program. Quickly learned I loved the numbers aspect, but I was missing the people side of things, and was really searching for some way I could give back and work with people every day. And not every day would be the same as well. So I stumbled upon their PFP program my sophomore year and talked to their advisor in that department, Jill Parker, and she quickly helped me make the switch, talked to me about the different career opportunities that were available after graduation, but really that mixture of love for money and finances and numbers, but also having that people aspect as well.
When you were growing up, was budgeting and financial planning part of your life, or how did that all develop?
Yeah, so I would say both my parents were hardworking professionals. They talked to both me and my sister a lot about money growing up, taught us how to save on our own. We had checking accounts young as well. And then I got my first job at 16 as well. So going to school, managing sports practices as well as a part-time job. And that led to helping pay for some of my college activities. I was in a sorority there, so helping cover some of those funds, but also tuition as well. So definitely topic of priority in the household, dinner conversations, but also the educational piece was big in my family growing up as well around finances.
I know K-State has a well-recognized program, and we've been partnering with them as well with some of their student, can't remember if they're called ambassadors. What is that the title? What do they call their students who go around and talk to high school students? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
For sure.
Okay. Yep. But tell us more about that program, because it is significant. They're doing great work. And so can you tell us, when you were part of that program as a student, obviously you were learning a lot of different competencies, but what makes the program so strong?
Yeah, I would say first and foremost, they are the #1 program in the country right now. So shout out to K-State PFP. But they also strive to get the educational piece for each student. So there is 7 courseworks that you have to complete to sit for the CFP exam. So it is a CFP certified program, which is great. So once you graduate, you are eligible to sit for that CFP designation. But throughout your experience in the program, they have a ton of involvement opportunities to get real life experience. So one is the FPA challenge, student challenge. So it's usually a team of 3. They get a mock case that they put together. So they'll do a written financial plan, then they'll do a presentation on the plan, and then there's a knowledge bowl as well. So testing both how you would implement certain strategies that you're learning in the classroom to real life experiences, and then also presenting those to different CFP professionals and also different programs around the country, both faculty and students from those programs, and then the Knowledge Bowl competing against other top programs across the country, putting what you know to work. But then there's also an FPA student chapter. So similar to this, they connect students in the program with professionals, whether that be mentoring or just bringing them in to talk more about their career path, and kind of what they do now with their clients. And then on top of that, just the people connection, the faculty at K-State are wonderful. They're there to both help you through your educational path, but also connect you post-graduation, help you find jobs. And in the future, if you want to make a job change, they're there to make those connections as well.
And you mentioned FPA a couple of times. So the Financial Planning Association of the Greater Kansas City area, you're deeply involved in that. Can you tell us, and you referenced it, but can you tell us a little bit more about the FPA in the Greater Kansas City area, how it was formed? I know there's a national organization, but tell us about the work of the FPA.
Yeah, so it's a nonprofit organization. Like you said, it's a national known organization, but we do have a chapter here in Kansas City, based in Topeka, but hold chapter meetings to connect different professionals in the area. So you don't have to be a CFP to go. You could be a student if you wanted to go, but they bring in different speakers, some big, some local, to talk about the industry, but also it could be talking about taxes. It could be talking about estate planning and different aspects of not just everyday financial planning, but some unique things that financial planners might experience through their career. And then in addition to that, like you said, I'm the community outreach director. So getting the community involved with financial planning and increasing financial literacy across the country is kind of the main goal, and getting it more known. How can we help our community raise awareness to financial literacy as a whole?
Sure. As a professional in this industry, what kind of data can you look at to see that we're not very financially literate as a country? Or maybe we are, but what do you look at? What does it look like now as a country, and what do we need to do to improve it if it's not where it should be?
Yeah, I would say definitely looking at household debt ratios, and just spending as a whole, credit card debt. But I think where we need to start is just what JAG-K helps with, is getting it into the schools early as possible, but not just calling it a class and kind of checking the box, but continuing that education and knowledge throughout students' career, well, whether it be K-12 or even past K-12 as well. Because the earlier you start and the more you know, the better outcome it will be in the end, and the more knowledgeable you'll be in your decision-making when it comes to money and finances.
And you mentioned you had a checking account at an early age.
I did.
What is some advice you would give? And we start as early as 6th grade in some of our middle school programs, but what are 2 or 3 pieces of advice specifically for financial planning would you give a young person right now? What should they be doing right now?
Yeah, I would say start early. So whether that be putting your allowance or earned income into a checking account, just being aware of what is coming in the door, and putting it into a savings account or setting it aside, and getting used to that kind of behavior as you grow older will help you hold yourself more accountable for your spending as expenses come to fruition for yourself. And I would say the next thing is ask questions to older individuals that you look up to. Whether you know their financial situation or not, you learn a lot from people and their experiences, whether they're older or younger, just talking to them about how they navigated certain situations, whether, again, that's a first job, how they started saving, or if that's how they do investing and you want to learn more about that. always great opportunities to just look up to someone you admire and ask.
As a part of the K-State program, obviously I assume you had a leg up over other people that want to get into the industry. What if someone's not part of the K-State program, and I assume there are several, but what are some of the paths to becoming a certified financial planner?
Yeah, so to be a CFP, you do have to finish the educational piece, which is those 7 courseworks. There are programs outside of a traditional undergraduate program that has those. So Kaplan is one that has it. K-State Olathe also has a certification program. So even if you're not a PFP undergraduate degree, that is something that you could complete kind of on your own to get that certificate to then sit for the CFP after that. And there's a ton of different programs out there that do that same certification process. But in general, if you're looking to be a CFP or interested in the career, FPA has a next gen community, which is for career changers or early advisors, usually within their first 10 years within the industry. They have happy hours around the area that you don't have to be a member of FPA to join or go to, but that would be a great opportunity for any students that might be interested in the industry, just to go talk to other professionals, young professionals like themselves, to learn more about the industry and to see how they can get involved. And even if the CFP track is something they're interested in, learn more about it.
And is that something you have to be 18 to attend, or what? Can a high school senior attend that
Yeah, they're usually held at bar and grills, so easy access to get in. And if they want to reach out to anyone in our next gen community, happy to make that connection as well. If they're not comfortable going to the happy hours, happy to make that connection still.
Okay. And you mentioned that you started in accounting.
Yeah.
But you like the personal aspect of the financial planning. So it sounds like, well, tell us, what are 3 or 4 traits of a successful financial planner?
Yeah, I would say having good initiatives. So being able to think outside the box, but also take on different tasks and aspects of the day-to-day that might be different. Willing to help be a team player is huge as well, because no 2 days are the same in this industry. No 2 clients are the same. So being able to kind of think on your feet, think outside the box, but also have the emotional side as well, talking to people, understanding where they're coming from. Not everybody has a great financial upbringing, and being able to kind of learn those behaviors and what they went through and understand how can we implement some of our strategies, still help them move forward and get them on their feet successfully. And then the biggest thing is just having a heart for people and being able to make those connections. Your client base might be family, friends. They could end up being strangers that turn into friends.
What were some of the biggest obstacles, if any, you faced? You said you were going to school while you were in college, but what are some of the challenges you had getting to where you are now, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Yeah, I would say making the switch in college was a big challenge. That is a big decision to make a degree change. But it was the best decision I've made to this day. People aspect is really what I fell in love with and chose to do PFP. But another challenge early in the industry is I was hired on to our team to be client facing right off the bat. So right after graduation, was expected or wanted to be put in front of clients and talk to them about their finances. Quickly learned I wanted to better understand kind of the back office side of things first. So kind of became the expert in running our financial plans for the firm, better understanding how to communicate with clients, both in person and via email. So I think that was the biggest challenge is, building that confidence and being able to talk to clients that are, generations older than me about their finances, being right out of college, 22-year-old girl. But at the end of the day, experience is the best thing you can do to build that confidence. So 5 years in, happy to say that slowly but surely switching back to that client-facing side of things after obviously learning the back office. But enjoy both sides, but excited to lean more into the client-facing side of things.
Great. Well, when you're not helping people plan their finances, what do you like to do outside of work?
Yeah, so I recently got married in September, so enjoy spending time with my husband. We enjoy being outdoors, so do a lot of walks, hikes. We enjoy going out to Montana, national parks. But other than that, I love dogs, so I actually volunteer at Wayside Waves, which is a local animal shelter. So pour my love in not only people, but animals as well.
Great. Well, Claire Johnson, thank you so much for joining us today on the Future Success podcast. And for all of our listeners, may all your future success start now.